So hi and welcome to D&D. Let's talk. So, first and foremost, normally I would be filming on my phone, but I'm not, because I have a new camera. Now, I think it's time to sit down, get a brew, and let's have a chat, and put my cigarette out, which is currently smoking all over the screen. Right, so, if you followed us for a while, you will know that Paul was poorly at Christmas last year. This year we got through Christmas, absolutely brilliant, really glad. Was one hell of a scary road. My miniature cans of Coke. I bought cans of Coke and ended up with miniature ones. I do have a brew there as well, but I can't drink hot brew because I'm weird. So, what does that mean for us travelling with Paul being as poorly as he was? Well, that means that Paul's now diabetic. I have said this before, but this means that now we've got to look at it differently when we travel. So it's not a case of book it, go. It's going to be a case of, obviously Paul's diabetic, which means that he has to take insulin, which means he's going to be carrying needles through security. So now we've got to sit and work out how we do that. Obviously we've never travelled with anybody with a serious medical condition. And when I say any medical condition, but a serious one where you're carrying needles through. Now, obviously, I have my own medication. I keep my medication in my hand luggage. I have a note from the doctor. I have my prescription. Everything's above board. Obviously, with needles, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. You know me. I don't take nothing out, so you're getting the sneeze as well. Sorry. So. Obviously, it's going to be slightly different because needles is a sharp object going through security. So obviously, I need to do research into how we do that. Now, from what I've gathered so far, they have to be in his hand luggage. They have to be sealed, which they can't. Normally, we would put them in a little jiffy bag, you know, when he's carrying them around. Whereas this has to be the box with his name on. Same with his insulin. Now, his insulin is under the 10ml, if memory serves me right, so we can still carry that through. But he needs to carry that on his person. Not so much in his hand luggage because it is glass. So, security, fine. Getting on the plane, fine. We're just going to have to keep an eye on his blood sugars, which we do. We have an app that we could do. Obviously, I'm going to have to pay for internet on the plane for Paul to be able to access his Libre sensor. Again, that's going to cause a problem going through security. They only last 2 weeks, so we're going to have to carry them on with us when we fly anyway. So, again, it's another needle. The little yellow box that you can see right there is his Libre. He's got it on, that's his replacement. So we'd have to carry that. Again, they've got to have his name and address on to make sure that, you know, he can travel with them, the RAs. Because there is a needle inside the Libre. It's a probably the size of a single hair on your head, but it's still a needle all the same. Again, I don't think people realise the astronomical stuff that goes into travelling with somebody that's got a health condition like this. Now, flying, great, okay, we've got that one covered. What we're going to do when we go to the parks, that's going to be the exact same thing. Because he is diabetic, he has a case that his needles go into. I'm showing you, like you can see, a case, a round case, that his injection goes into. Some of the needles have a little storage pot. We're going to have to carry his prescription for the and potentially go to guest services and see what they say, because he's going to need to carry that insulin on him at all times. Obviously, we need to come up with something that basically says, you know, this is a card, he is diabetic. I think we do have one. Now I'm saying that, I think we do have a card that says he is diabetic. Forgive me, I've got the sniffles. I don't even know where it's come from. Sorry, there's something going around in my washing machine going clunk, clunk. I have no idea what it is. I dread to think what it is, to be fair. With Brandon and Paul, it could be anything. Anyway, so, back to what I was saying. So, travelling with diabetes is probably going to be a pain in the backside, but ultimately, it means that, one, we can tell you how our experience was. So it brings it a little bit differently. 2, we can tell you what the experience of travelling to the parks, because the plan is... Oh my god, I need to stop snotting, it's ridiculous. Bear with me a minute. Am I going to sneeze again? No. Right, so, as you know, we're staying at Dockside. That's if you watched the last one. We're staying at Dockside. We are flying with TUI into Melbourne. which, honestly, we flew into MCO the first year we flew out to Florida. I will, if I absolutely cannot fly into Melbourne, I would love not to fly into MCO. Melbourne, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, is a smaller airport outside of Orlando. It's about, I think it's about 45 minutes outside of Orlando. And for those of you that need to know what I'm talking about, Melbourne Airport is no bigger than Terminal 3 at Manchester Airport. It's like a tiny little airport. You literally come off the plane, get your bags, go to immigration, you're out the door. Literally. You're over and done with. We passed through immigration, got off the plane, got the bags, passed through immigration within 20 minutes. And that was outside on the coach already by that point. So that's the first thing. Going back home, back to Manchester from Melbourne, it was in, check in, straight through, you're done. Literally. You go through a set of scanners, up the set of stairs, and you're in where you board the planes. It is teeny tiny. And it made it so much less stress flying both in and out of Melbourne. Yes, alright, it's a 45-minute journey. We could potentially do that faster if we have private transfers, which we are looking at. We're looking at either Maze Connect, or there's another one as well. I don't really want to get an Uber, because we'd have to get a super sized one, because there's 4 of us travelling, 4 big suitcases, plus 4 sets of hand luggage, plus 4 people. Yeah, no. So, the plan is to potentially get a Maze one. I am going to start looking into that as we get closer. What else? It's 2 sets of 2 couples, so me and Paul, Deanna and Ryan, you've seen them before if you've seen the vlogs. Brew time. Nope, still too hot. It's red hot, literally. Anyway, that's what I was saying. So, Deanne and Ryan want to do SeaWorld. We've done SeaWorld. Deanne and Ryan like the roller coasters, so that'd be something they would 100% love to do, so they're going to do SeaWorld. Paul really wants to do Legoland, so that is on the cards for us to do Legoland for one day. We are all going to do Kennedy Space Centre, but we're going to pay for a private transfer to Kennedy and back from Kennedy, because I don't want to do the coach. And it just means we can leave when we're ready, not when the coach basically tells us we're ready. We are also going to do one day at Epcot and one day at Hollywood Studios. Now, my plan is to potentially, there's a few rides I want to do, and I know there's a few rides that Deanna and Ryan want to do, so we're going to potentially pay for Genie Plus on them days for them rides, I hope. I know Ryan and Deanne want to do Cosmic Rewind, not my idea of fun, but you know, good luck. We want to do Test Track, Living with the Land, and Soaring at Epcot. What else? I can see it. There's a riverboat ride in Mexico that I cannot, for the life of me, remember yet. I told Dan what it was called last night. Anyway, right, so Epcot's got, we want to see what we can do in Epcot. Happy days. Hollywood Studios, obviously, has got to be Star-Lord. We've got to go to Batuu. There's no two ways about that. I'm a big Star Wars fan because I'm really sad, and I don't really care what anybody says. So, that's that. What else have we got on the cards? We want to try and get to Dieselland if we can. No guarantee, because obviously time is short. 2 weeks goes too fast. Now, we're going in November, so hopefully the temperature won't be too bad, but I know we've got friends out there at the moment, out on the limb. Go and have a look at their YouTube channel. Are currently out there. And they went out there hoping that the temperature would be slightly lower than what it is. It's currently 26 degrees. Now, I know for Florida that is fairly cold, but for us Brits, that's like burn your skin off. But I can't say much, because when we went in Florida, it was over 40 degrees and we were dying. So, you know, quite literally, I'm just hoping that it's going to be cooler. Obviously, we've got all the Christmas stuff that's going to be there. So, I think there's a Christmas parade at Universal, which I am super excited to see, because I'm a child and I love Christmas. We want to do the outlets. It's going to be a busy time, but we also know that Epic Universe will be open. But here's the kicker. I don't think we're going to be doing it. Unless we get a discount ticket, we will not be doing one day at Epcot. At the moment, the tickets are about for Studios, Islands of Adventure, and Volcano Bay, which we will not be doing Volcano Bay. They're like £386. To add Epic Universe, it goes up to over £1,000, and that's one day at Epic Universe. And I just think that's astronomical. You know, if the tickets went up to like £500-600 for 4 parks, including obviously Volcano at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and one day at Epic Universe, it's not happening. So, I think that's it. I'm looking at the screen, and I'm not sure whether this has just restarted itself or not. So, there is a lot on the plans this time round, but if we don't get to Epic Universe, then we're going... my plan is to go back in 2026, just me and Paul anyway, because I turned 40 that year, and I really want to go because I'm sad. That's all I want for my birthday. Told everybody that. Don't think anybody believes me, but you never know. So, like I said, we're filming on a new camera. It doesn't have a name, the camera, but it is a 4K camera. I have filmed on it previously. I'm going to sneeze again. Look at the light, look at the light, look at the light, look at the light, look at the light. There you go. Stopped it. I have filmed on it previously and found that it shakes. I need to find a way of stabilising it. Now, I do have a gimbal that can stabilise, so I'm happy to use my gimbal. I'm currently on a tripod. I could have put it just on the thing, but I never even thought. I am on a tripod, so, you know, at least I know that it's stable while we're talking, while you're currently listening to me babble on shit as usual. But, at least you now know, you know, what the plan is. Like I said to you, we'll be bringing anything to you regarding travelling with a diabetic person. Obviously, we're going to have a truckload of fucking shit with us, like, you know, glucose tablets, which act faster than Jelly Babies or any bar of chocolate, believe it or not, which I really like. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Obviously, you're going to get packing videos as well, because you know what I'm like. I pack, and pack again, because, well, I can't help myself. And I've got friends in Florida, so I'm going to be messaging them regarding temperatures and things like that, for the simple reason being, I don't know what to pack. Now, it says between 18 and 26, which is fine, but, you know, knowing my luck, it'd be bloody freezing and I'll end up having to buy a coat out there or something, but let's go with that. So, yeah, anyway, that's me jabbered on for, I think, well over 12 minutes, and I've not really told you very much, I don't think. But have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.